tired?
Alright, good evening everybody. It's Sunday night, so we're here live with the Diehard Racing League's Automated Office Technologies Truck Series. Tonight, they will be taking on 150 laps here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway in beautiful Loudon, New Hampshire. Alan, I think this is about as close as we're going to get short of Oxford Plains to you, so this is pretty much your home NASCAR track.
Yeah, actually, I've been to this track several times. Normally my tickets are start-finish line, road 24 and 25, so it's a pretty good showing.
Well, tonight looks like it's going to shape up to be an interesting race, as right now we just finished practice here, and now we're going to advance into qualifying. It seems to be the typical thing that we always see here with New Hampshire. It's been all throughout practice. They've been loose off of 2 and dump truck tight going into 3. So that's going to bring up the elephant in the room. Are we going to see a caution fest tonight, or are we going to have a semi-clean race?
You know, I was out on track a little bit there. They can't see me when I'm out there, but
same here.
It's definitely a slick track right now. Hopefully, as it rubbers in, maybe it'll get a little better, but I don't know. These trucks look like they're right on the razor's edge tonight.
Well, I think the one thing that we have working to our advantage now is since we're in week 13 and the new build rolled out, iRacing finally fixed the damage model on these trucks. So now when these guys hit the wall, we'll be able to see how bad their trucks really are. That was the biggest thing that really got on my nerves, is we know a truck got into the wall, but we couldn't see the damage. Now it's back. So I'm sure tonight we're going to see a lot of torn up right side sheet metal and probably some left side as well. So right now it looks like the 5 of Brad Speidel is holding the pole right now. He's got a 31.197. That was just beaten now by the 77 of Seth Schultz. He ran a 31.127. Caleb Thompson in the number 4 right now is holding the 3rd spot with a 31.199. The 6 of Rodney Kramer sitting in 4th with a 31.205. But this is open qualifying, so we have 10 minutes with everybody out on track. And whoever can score the fastest lap within these 10 minutes here will be our pole sitter tonight. And not to mention, tonight is the end of our regular season, so we will be crowning a regular season champion. And then we will move into the 4-week chase, and then we will crown a chase champion as well. So there's actually a lot riding on the line here for the drivers that are not locked in for the chase already. But we all know who's going to win both.
Oh, I think Robert's got the points pretty well in the bag, doesn't he?
I think we need a different term other than bag. Something much bigger than a bag. I think it's sitting in a roll-off dumpster, and he's got the key to it. What's odd is, as long as we run these practices, there's still rocks getting kicked up, going around the corners here, I'm noticing. And seems that out of 1 and 2, it's that second to third groove and then straight out to the wall. Let's see what Adam does this time here going into turn 3, how he runs his line. As we see the 76, he's going to take pretty much the same line, about the second groove from the bottom out to the wall. Looking at the scoring board, right now we still have the 77 of Seth Schultz sitting on the pole with that 31-127. Brad Speidel still holding on to that second spot. Caleb Thompson third, Rodney Kramer fourth, Todd Cray fifth, Josue Tellez sixth, Adam Nowinski seventh, Joshua Jones eighth, Cody Franklin ninth, and William Ruin will round up the top 10 right now. We get a good look right there at the 10 of Todd Cray. That's the Pets Paradise Chevy Silverado there. As we come close here to the 5-minute mark, we're about halfway through with qualifying here. Now, New Hampshire is definitely going to be a 100% rhythm track. I mean, especially now that iRacing rolled out a much more aggressive tire wear build now. It's absolutely ridiculous. The fall off on these tires are just absolutely crazy. And being here at, basically, I call this place the paperclip just as well as Martinsville. It's double the size of Martinsville, but it's exactly the same, except it doesn't have concrete in the corners. It's a flat track, 1 mile, and it's pretty much going to be right along the lines of Martinsville racing, but just a little bit more speed and a little bit more width. You see the 28 of Adam Nowinski there go around in turn 3. And looking at the timing loop now, the 10 of Todd Cray has moved himself up to second spot with a 31-150. That'll move Brad back to third. Now Todd has taken the pole with a 31-082, so that'll knock the 77 off of the pole right now. You see the 75 of Robert Barris sitting in 6th spot. Now we've got the 77 of Seth Schultz back up top with a 39-36. So, like I said, with this open qualifying here, a lot can happen. The pole is pretty much anybody's right up until qualifying ends here. See a little bit of a bobble there on the 77. See the 68 of James Brown. 68 of James Brown there. Good save there. Seen a few different names making their way up here into the top 10 now. A few positions have been changed around. But right now, it is still the 77 of Seth Schultz with that 39.36, locking down the pole. Next closest time is Todd Cray with a 31.082. His last time by was a 31.096. So now we're under the 1 minute mark here in qualifying as we see the 10 of Todd Cray and the 68 of James Brown, who is our series sponsor. He is driving that automated Office Technologies Chevy Silverado. We come to half a minute to go here. All right, that's gonna do qualifying here. So, as always, we have the U.S. Army Marching Band on standby, so please rise, and here comes our national anthem. Amazing job as always, and you know what's next. We're gonna go through the gridding order tonight. So sitting on pole for, I believe this is 2 weeks in a row now, we have the 77 of Seth Schultz, who ran a 30.936. Starting outside of him will be the 10 of Todd Cray with a 31.082. Rolling off third will be the 6 of Rodney Kramer with a 31.171. Brad Speidel will roll off fourth with a 31.197. Starting in fifth tonight will be the 4 of Caleb Thompson with a 31.199. Robert Barris in the 75 will roll off sixth with a 31.230. Cody Franklin in the 17 starts seventh tonight with a 31.311. James Brown in the 68 will roll off eighth with a 31.324. Josue Tellis in the 24 machine will start ninth tonight with a 31.344. Joshua Jones in the 76 will round up the top 10 with a 31.388. Adam Nowinski in the 28 will start 11th tonight with a 31.420. The 42 of William Ruland will be rolling off 12th tonight with a 31.954. Chris Ostrander will start 13th. William Morris Jr. 14th. And that's going to round out the field here as the pace car is making its way around the track. We are less than a lap away from taking the green flag here at New Hampshire. I cannot wait to see what these guys do here. Are they going to jam it down into turn one, or are they going to be a little bit patient, seeing how they did spend almost 2 hours practicing on the track? A lot of these guys, except for James, because we know James likes to show up late, know what the car is going to do on the long run here. We see a lot of drivers heating the tires up there on the backstretch. What do you think they're going to do? Are they going to go aggressive, or are we going to see a passive start here?
You know, if it were me, I'm going to kind of take my time a little bit here and see how the rest of the field can handle around me, can handle around them, and then I'll think about getting on the hammer.
Well, pace car is down. Green flag is out. We are underway here at New Hampshire. They haul it off down in turn one for the first time. Let's see how these drivers make it around. Looks like everybody's going to make it through turn 1 and 2 so far, so good. We get a great shot there going on the backstretch. We've got some interesting cameras tonight, as right now we're using what's called the boom camera, which is basically almost like a crank it up, but we've got a lot of great shots, angular shots coming off of the wall here, which gives a great view of these trucks here on this 1 mile flat track here. Seems like everybody right now is pretty much minding their business. We see the 75 of Robert Barris there, taking a spot away from the 68 of James Brown.
You know, Mark, somebody took tonight, really good here. Normally, if he can get out front, get into that clean air, step out and take it away. James Brown is sideways.
Oh, you got the wall right there. We can see some right side damage there to that 68 machine. It's pretty crinkled up there on the backside. And almost get, well, I can see it from here. He's got some pretty significant damage there on the right front fender as well. So that 68 truck is already hurt a little bit, but up front, Lieutenant Todd Gray has made his way around the 77 of Seth Schultz. So that pole didn't last long for the 77 as the 10 is out front right now, but it is only 4 laps in, and we are only doing 131 laps here instead of 150, so I don't know where I got that stupid idea from. Chalk it up to a lack of broadcasting for a little bit. Oh yeah, 150 miles. All right, just so I don't make sure that I'm stupid. Yeah, this is a 1 mile track, so I'm not the one that messed up. This is the New Hampshire 150, but yet we're only doing 131 laps. We're looking at the track right now. It's 1.025 miles. Well, in other words, the weather, air temperature 78 degrees, track temp is 103. The humidity, since it's fixed racing, will be always 55%, and it's partly cloudy, but yeah. So it should have been 150 laps, but instead it's 131. So it looks like the field's pretty much gotten out to an early start of just spreading out here and running single file, which honestly is a smart move to do this early in the race. Kind of got to let the tires build up, see what the truck's going to do. But at the same time, like we saw with the 68, it wasn't but a couple laps into the race and he got into the wall. And judging from a few of the things here, So it looks like we have 2 drivers out of the bunch right now that are not with us. The 73 of Chris Ostrander is a start and park. He completed 2 laps just to get the points for the race. And the 13 of William Morris Jr., I don't believe he actually started the race because it's not showing any laps counted. So I believe he did not start the race. So we still have 12 trucks in the running out of the 14 that were slated to grid here. Meanwhile, we are looking at the battle right now for 7th. That's the 17 of Cody Franklin. In front of him right there is the 75 of Robert Barris. He is currently in the 6th spot. In front of him, we see the 4 of Caleb Thompson. He is in 5th. Brad Spottle 4th. Rodney Kramer 3rd. Seth Schultz 2nd. And Todd Gray right now with an 8/10 of a second lead over the 77 as we are 10 laps in here at New Hampshire. See the 76 of Joshua Jones there looking on the low side of the 17 of Cody Franklin. He's going to take that spot away as they come out of turns 3 and 4. So that will put Joshua Jones up to 7th and Cody Franklin back to 8th. And we got a caution on the track. Right now, Alan is going through the replay booth right now, and as soon as he figures out where it was, we will go back to it. And I was right. It was the 68 of James Brown. So let's go ahead and see what James did there. I'll back it up a little bit. All right, here we go. Let's see what happened to old James here. It sounded like he got a little bit of the wall there already on the backstretch, but let's see what happens as he comes through turns 3 and 4 here. Now, the damage he already had because he got the wall pretty hard. Oh, wow, he just got really, really loose there and locked it down and made some more contact on that Silverado and turned it into a Colorado. And he instant reset to pit road. So, yep, that right there will be your caution, as right now we've got everybody down on pit road.
I don't know if you want to call that a Colorado or an avalanche, because that nose is gone.
Well, the avalanche turned it into a Colorado. As right now it looks like our current race leader will be scored as the 77 of Seth Schultz.
Well, only thing I have to say about that is maybe he should have came in a little bit earlier and got a few laps of practice in before trying to get out here and run hard.
Well, it's like father, like son. We know Corey was notorious for coming in with about 5 minutes. And, oh, I got this. And then Corey at least though could get out there and he's got a good knowledge of the track. James, on the other hand, has to figure out the track every week, even though we've run it in the series several times. Somehow, magically though, yeah, he's the master of MacGyvering it. So the lights are out on the pace car, and right now, a quick run through the top 10. We have the 77, Seth Schultz leading, Cody Franklin in the 17 second, Todd Cray in the 10 third, Brad Spidle 4th, Robert Barris 5th, Caleb Thompson 6th, Adam Nowinski 7th, Joshua Jones 8th, Jose Tellis 9th, and William Ruland will round up the top 10 as the pace car makes its way through turns 4. It's going to be dropping down on pit road, and we will get this race back underway on lap 15.
That 5 truck has been up there in the top 10 the last couple of weeks. He's doing a lot better.
And there was a great jump there by the 77. He was able to clear the 17 and get that outside line to run out there. And meanwhile, the 10 of Todd Cray, he's going to look to the inside of the 4 of Caleb Thompson. And we see the 5 of Brad Spidle back there as well. The 76 of Joshua Jones making a move there on the 28 of Adam Nowinski. We see the Josue Tellis back there on the 24 machine.
Brad just made a pretty bold move to the inside of the
I'm actually just, I almost had a loss for words there. I'm actually watching this and not believing what I'm seeing, the way some of the drivers that we normally don't see up in the top 10. We've got a battle here for the lead. Cody Franklin trying to take the lead from the 77. He's got the inside line going into turn 1 here. Not able to do it though. Meanwhile, that 10 is sneaking up ever closer to the back bumper. He's now door to door with the 17 as they come off of turn 2. He's going to lose a little bit of ground there. But it's going to be interesting to see as they roll down into turn 3 what Todd can do here. If he can clear the 4. We see a little bit of check up there by the 4. That's going to allow the 10 to slide up there, and the 17's way low down there on the front stretch. That's going to leave the door open for the 10 on the outside. Cody is trying everything he can to try and get out there in front, but right now I think that low line is going to hurt him, because right now he's losing a spot to the 4 of Caleb Thompson and the 75 of Robert Barris.
Yeah, it appears that low line really slows the truck up.
And now he's under fire by the 5 of Brad Spidle. He's going to get past here as well. Now we've got Todd Craig going to the inside here as they come off the 4. Cody's able to get back in line. After restarting second, he's going to drop back to 6th. So, interesting strategy call by the 77. He did not come down pit road. Everybody else opted to, and now we see the 10 of Todd Cray as he's going to be on the inside of the 77 going into turn 3. I think we're going to see a new leader here when they come to the stripe. And, yep, too late. We already got a new leader. Todd Cray's back out front. Score another lap led for that 10 machine. So right now, tires are apparently going to be the key, as we all know here at New Hampshire.
It does appear that the 68 of James Brown has retired the truck due to brake issues. His piston flames hit the wall there and detonated the motor, so he is done for the evening.
Oh, you mean the brake pedal that he never uses?
Yeah, it's the one in the middle, James, not all the way to the right.
Yeah, the one to the right is the gas. The one to the right is your go pedal. The one to the left is the one that changed gears, and the one in the middle is the one that you use when you want to slow down in the corners. We got the 75 there. Robert Barris making the move on the 4 of Caleb Thompson. Robert's trying to take it away. So right now out front, the 10 of Todd Cray is holding a 1.1 second lead over second place, which is under fire right now by the 75 of Robert Barris. Robert's on the inside, Seth on the outside there in that green Smoky Mountain Snuff Toyota Tundra. Right now, Robert is door to door as they come out of 4. Let's see what happens. If he can make the move stick as they go off into 1.
No contest.
And it was definitely not easy, as we saw the 4 of Caleb Thompson there. He had to check up again, which allowed the 5 of Brad Spidle to get underneath him there, going through 1 and 2. So they're going to drag race down the backstretch here. right now we're also seeing that the 4 of Caleb Thompson who's losing spots now. And then we see the 5 of Brad Speidel. He's going to dive to the inside of the 77 here as well. See the 76 trying to make the move on the 4. Couldn't do it that time. We see the 5 of Brad Speidel. Looks like he has been able to clear the 77, so that'll put Brad up in the 3rd spot, move Seth back to 4th. Caleb in the 4 truck right there, currently in 5th position. Behind him, the 76 of Joshua Jones in 6th. Cody Franklin under fire right now by the 6 of Rodney Kramer.
Yeah, Rodney just looked like he got shot out of a slingshot there when he was sitting beside the 28. He was there, and then next thing you know, he was right up alongside of the next truck.
And give that position to the 6 of Rodney Kramer. And the 28 of Adam Nowinski is looking to tail along with him.
76 a little bit loose there in front of the 4.
Yep.
He was coming around.
As we look back here, we see the 6 has cleared the 17. Right now the 28 still trying to get around the 17. 27 laps in. We've only had 1 caution so far, and we see the 17 go very high in turn 1 there, so that's going to open the door for not only the 28 but the 24, so that will cycle Cody all the way back to 10th position after restarting 2nd. Meanwhile, we've got a battle going on between the 76 and the 6 here. Right now, the 10 of Todd Cray out front and continuing to increase his lead as he's now pulled it out to a 2.2 second lead over 2nd place of 75 of Robert Barris. Brad Speidel in 3rd, 7/10 behind Robert. So Brad's definitely been doing some moving here. Oh, we get the 24 of Josue Tellis. Wicked save right there. That truck was all kinds of sideways coming out of turn 2. He was able to hang on to that machine and straighten her out. I know this isn't a caution, but we need to go back and look at that because that truck was all kinds of messed up. And this is where we'll see it right here. He's alongside the 28. As he comes down, he's just very, very low. You see that truck step out pretty hard. He's able to get off of it, save it, and maintain car control. So great job there by the 24. A lot of people would have lost that car right there, but great job by Josue keeping it from the dreaded inside fence there on the backstretch, because we all know that you go faster on grass than you do on asphalt, especially with the brakes locked down here, or at any track for that matter. As we see, it looked like Rodney got a little bit tail happy there coming out of 2, as he's still battling with the 76 of Joshua Jones. Meanwhile, that gap up front is just continuing to grow as it's gone up to now a 2. It was a 2.7. It's back up to a 2.7. It shrunk down a little bit. Now it's almost at a 2.8 second lead over the 75 for 2nd spot. But Todd Cray right now doing what he does best here. This is, I believe, one of his more fun tracks to run, as we saw the speed right there from the 6 of Rodney Kramer. He definitely had some power getting down there into turn 3 and then hard on the binders. Definitely a truck to keep an eye on tonight.
You know, I do remember, if I'm not mistaken, last time we were here in New Hampshire in the K&N, that 10 car was very dominant there as well. I do believe this is one of his better tracks.
That and Martinsville. He's got real life experience at Martinsville with the Busch Series car.
Yeah, he loves these tight tracks like this. I don't understand how he drives them the way he does. But hey, maybe if I had some tracks with seat time on this track, I might be better at it too. But I doubt it.
Oh, see, I've yeah. I've been advocating for a long time that they really need to scan Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway because it does have a lot of historical roots back to NASCAR. You'd never see well, you could see the trucks racing on it, but it'd be very, very difficult to race, seeing how it's only a barely over a 3/8 mile track. I've got a lot of real seat time at that track, but definitely it all comes down to, especially if you know that you've run a track in real life here, you've already got an uncanny sense of ability of how the vehicle is going to respond, where your braking points should be. So anything that you can take from real life and equate that over here into the sim world is definitely going to play in your favor here. So that's what we're definitely seeing with Lieutenant Todd Cray. Now it's been stretched out to a 3.2 second lead. As we look at the board too, the 5 of Brad Speidel has made it around the 75 of Robert Barris for second place. So quick run through the top 10. Todd Cray out front, Brad Speidel second, Robert Barris third, Seth Schultz fourth, Rodney Kramer fifth, Caleb Thompson sixth, Adam Lindsay seventh, Joshua Jones eighth, Cody Franklin ninth, and Jose Vitalis going to round out the top 10, and William Ruland will be the last car on the track. As Alan had mentioned earlier, James did not use the brakes, or didn't have any brakes going in the corner, and detonated the motor on that 68 machine, so he's retired his truck behind the wall. Who knows, he might come out after a motor swap, or he might just jump in the stands there and grab a hot dog and sit down and watch you guys race it out. As a matter of fact, I just saw James up in the stands. He's got a beer and a hot dog, so he's standing and he's up there in the. As a matter of fact, Alan, look right down from where we're sitting up here in the booth, since I opened the windows in case you fart tonight. Look down, straight down about 13 rows. James is right there.
That's not where he's supposed to be.
No, but that's what I wish I was there. He's got a beer and a hot dog.
Is turkey legs that they sell.
Oh, don't get me started on the food here. It's absolutely amazing.
Turkey legs and Italian sausages. Look out.
Oh boy, yeah.
Has just made his first pit stop under green flag.
Well, we are 41 laps in, so let's look and see if the 42 sparks the flood of drivers coming down pit road. I really don't think it will, seeing how you can run pretty far on a tank of fuel here, but fuel is never the question unless we're at a plate track. It always comes down to tires. How long are you willing to sit out there on old tires? Now, here is not as big of a deal as, say, a 1.5 mile track where you're going into the corner at almost 200 miles an hour, like Atlanta or Texas or the bigger 1.5 or 2 mile tracks like Michigan. Track position, I think, almost becomes a little bit more important given how short the track is and how long pit road is and the speed limit on pit road. How long are you willing to stay out there on old tires if you're losing positions already? I'd go ahead and come down pit road, but if you're out front, like we see the 10 with his 3.6 second lead right now, I think he's pretty comfortable. He's not pushing the truck. He's right in the zone, doing what he wants to do, and I think he'll be probably one of the trucks to stay out longer. Now, the one to really look for as far as strategy would be the 75 of Robert Ferris. When Robert comes down, that's going to be the spark of everybody coming down. Looking through the top 10, nothing has really changed here. Although we are seeing now the battle going on here. See the 42 there, he's already been lapped again by the 10, so he is now down 2 laps. Right now we are looking at your current race leader.
Down on the access road.
This isn't the road course, but okay. Let's go ahead and ride along in cockpit with our race leader to see what Todd's doing here.
Well, I guess he didn't quite hit the access road, but looks like he came off the wall there a little loose and drove way down there to save it.
You can hear exactly how low the RPMs are getting there, going through turn 1 and 2 there, but looks like the truck might have pushed up a little bit there that time. Let's see what 3 and 4 is like. You can hear all the pieces of rubber getting picked up by those hot and sticky Goodyear tires. As Todd takes the stripe this time by, it'll put lap 50 in the books.
That's a 6 of Roger Kramer dives under the 77 position.
I knew they were battling. Meanwhile, we see the 5 of Brad Speidel as he's going to make his way around the lap truck of William Rulin there in the 42. So we look back a little further, we can see there is the 6 of Rodney Kramer. He has now moved himself up to 3rd. So I'm guessing that Robert has pitted. See, yep, Robert has pitted. I'm showing a 13.6. And we see a lot of drivers on pit road. I see the 28, the 24's been on pit road, the 17, the 76, the 4. A lot of guys have been down pit road, but then again, that only 75 has been down twice. The 28 I'm showing 3 times. We see the 4 Caleb Thompson going on pit road right now. So green flag pit stops are underway here. We're 52 laps into the race. You think these guys are going to make it a one-stop race, provided we stay green flag?
Yeah, that wouldn't be very smart to do, in my opinion. You know, I think they're probably going to pit again somewhere around lap 100, maybe 110 at the latest, and then maybe so they'll get 2 stops in and give them a good set of rubber for that last 20, 30 lap shoot.
Now we can't count out a late race caution, as we know all too familiar. It doesn't matter how smooth the racing has been. We had our first early on caution, but there's always that open possibility of a late race caution coming out and leveling the playing field. After green flag pit stops, we still have yet to see the 5 or the 10 come down yet.
77.
Yeah, or the 6 as well.
77 has been out on track the whole race. He has not made a pit stop, including the one under caution.
If anything, I'd bet that Seth is going to try and make a one-stop race. He's showing no signs whatsoever of coming in. And he's just getting run over by all these guys with fresh tires right now. So I'm seriously thinking that 77 is on a one-stop strategy. But quick run through here of the top 10, as most of everybody has pitted. Still the 10 of Todd Cray out front with a 4.5 second lead over second place, the 5 of Brad Speidel. 6th, Rodney Kramer in 3rd, Seth Schultz 4th, Joshua Jones 5th, Josue Tell 6th, Cody Franklin 7th, Robert Barris 8th, Adam Lewinsky 9th, Caleb Thompson 10th, and William Willen will round up the field. All right, so we're about 4 laps away from halfway here. And so far, it appears the 77 is not going to make it a one-stop race. He was banking on getting out there leading a lap, but the 10 of Todd Cray definitely put the pressure on. So now he's going to have to try and figure out how he's going to bust up the segments there. As we see the 4 of Caleb Thompson there from that camera angle, is really good to see it from that angle. You can see the 4 stepped out a little bit coming out of turn 2. So you can hear and you can see those chunks of rubber that get built up during the race, especially all up in the high line as these trucks drift here. They will pick those pieces of rubber up and throw them. So you see the 6 of Rodney Kramer go extremely high through the corner there. It's going to allow the 4 to go by.
Yeah, he'd come over the radio and back to the inside.
Oh, we had a little bit of wall action there from the 4 that time off of turn 4. That's going to put a little bit of a wrinkle there in the right front fender of the 4 truck.
Yeah, the 4 is on fresh rubber. Roger said caution, so he is still on old rubber.
Time by, we will be halfway, and I've got to say they've done a really good job here. They're holding a really good race pace here. We've seen some really good racing going on, and we're seeing a lot of Goodyear rubber getting thrown around this track.
So Seth Schultz down on pit road, 4 tires and fuel, and back out on the track.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm showing a 15 flat for him. As we see the 6 of Rodney Kramer making his way down pit road, as well as the 76 of Joshua Jones. So 6 and 76 are both on pit road right now.
So we're still going to be looking for the 10, the 5, the 24, the 17, 6, and the 76.
6 and 76 are on pit road right now. '76 pulls up a 15.1, and 6 of Rodney Kramer pulls up a 15.3.
And I'd call both of those probably 4 tires and fuel this late in the race.
Without a doubt. As we see the 10 truck now, he's actually trying to put the 75 of Robert Barris down a lap. So our race leader, who still has not pitted yet, is trying to lap as much of the field as he can.
I'm not sure. I haven't had a chance to really drive any vehicle since the update, but I don't believe 3-tire stops are beneficial for anyone.
Not at all. These tires are so aggressive. Oh, dude, the release notes do no justice to how much these tires actually wear out and how much they have changed the setups on these. Not only the truck, but I think what the car that got affected the most was the B car. I mean, that thing, it used to be a dream to handle. Now it's just a complete loose bag of dog crap. The only way that you're going to be able to safely run that car is if you've got a good open setup for it, because all the fixed setups are so loose it's not even funny.
couple, we get every other one almost, maybe. Seems like you get a tight set, and then next season you get something that's so loose you can't drive it.
Well, I think what really compounded the B car is when we went to the low downforce package, and now they changed it to a way more aggressive tire model. That definitely hurt the B car a lot, seeing how the low downforce wasn't too bad. I mean, it did make the car a tick loose at some of the tracks, but you still had the sense of being planted with it. Now that the tire model has changed, if you get the right rear a little bit too hot, that back end is just going to come right around on you. Because you've got already the low downforce package, and now you've got angry tires very early on in the run if you push it. And I mean, we've thrown up practice rooms and just farting around, not actually trying to hold a hard race pace. About 10 laps in at Michigan, and that car, you couldn't even hold it through the corner without that back end coming around off of 2.
Man, that 10 truck is just dominating. He's at 65 out of 72 laps. The only other truck on the field that's led any laps is the 77. That's 7 laps.
And right now our race leader is holding a 5.5 second lead over the second place truck, the 5 of Brad Spittles. We can see him there in the picture. Our top 10 right now obviously consists as the 10 truck of Todd Gray as your race leader. Brad Spittle in second, the 24 of Josue Tellis third, Cody Franklin in the 17 fourth, Robert Barris in the 75 fifth, the 28 of Adam Nowinski sixth, 4 of Caleb Thompson 7th, Seth Schultz in the 77 8th, Rodney Kramer in the 6 9th, Joshua Jones in the 76 10th, and William Rowland in the 42 in 11th. Right now there are 5 trucks on the lead lap.
Speaking of that 42, 4 tires of fuel once again.
Right now he is being scored 4 laps down. You see he makes his way back out onto track there in the Drink Wisconsin Silverado. Meanwhile, we're all sitting here playing the waiting game to see when the 10 and the 5 and the 24 are going to come down pit road. As they're the only 3 that haven't.
Franklin down right now as well for his 3rd.
So there are 3 drivers right now that have only made 1 stop. The 10, the 5, and the 24. Everybody else, 75 to 28, 77, or actually 28 now, I'm showing 3 stops. So 75, 77, the 6, the 4, 76, and the 17 with 2 stops. 28 with 3, and the 42 with 4. As that lead is just stretching out even more. It's up to a 6.3 second gap. So we are past the halfway point, and we're almost to the point where it's my favorite time of the race, when we stop counting the laps up and we start counting them down. Anytime here, we should start seeing the 50 laps to go. Right now we're watching the 75. He is still able to hold off the 10 right now. only due to the fact that Robert has fresher tires than the 10 of Todd Cray. Right now, Robert is being scored as the last truck on the lead lap, and Robert is being scored in 4th position. So right now, I think a caution, well, hell, a caution isn't even going to help anything right now with everybody else being lapped like that, unless everybody opts to stay out for a wave around, which isn't going to do any good. This is definitely a rhythm and strategy track, and right now Todd is showing full force on both strategy and rhythm, as he has, as Alan stated, absolutely dominated this race. Right now, 74 laps led, and we're right there now where we have 50 laps to go, so we're now going to start counting them down.
I've got the 5-car Brad Speidel down on pit road.
So that will leave just 2 trucks still to come down pit road. The 10 of Todd Cray and the 24 of Josue Tellez. And great pit time there by the 75 of Robert Barris. I'm showing a 13.6.
Brad Speidel pulls off a 14.8.
So we are now down to 48 laps to go here.
I have the 10 of Todd Cray on his way down pit road now. First from the
Yes, he did. So leader pit road, that will hand the lead over to the 24 of Josue Tellez.
Most likely the only he stayed out or lead a lap.
Yep, we will definitely see the 24 coming down. And looking at a 14.8 for the 10 of Todd Cray on that pit stop there. Yep, 3rd. As Josue is still on track. He did not come down, so he opted to stay out for an extra lap. That might come back to bite him, but as soon as I saw that 10 truck go down pit road, I would stayed out 1 lap and then immediately gone down pit road.
Yeah, I'm not trying to lead more than
And it looks like he's going to be, nope, I thought he was going to be coming in this time by, but nope, he's staying out again. We're riding on board from the nose of the 28 of Adam Nowinski. This right here is the battle for 7th, 8th, and 9th position.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that 24 thing needs to get down because that truck's just slow. Todd's already potentially.
And he's staying out again.
I'm watching his lead over 75.
I'm watching it shrink like it's nothing.
24 is on pit road. I think that's 24.
Yeah, it's still showing the, for me. Yeah.
I'm watching from the long end of pit road, so it's hard for me to see the car.
Right now it's showing Josue Tellez with a 13.7 and ever shrinking lead over 2nd place. Lieutenant Todd Cray.
That 75 coming down now.
Well, we do have 43 laps to go here, so it's, I don't know, I really would have gone down pit road, but we see the 24 once again staying out. I could see if this was with maybe about 15 laps, 15, 20 laps to go, but still, even then you'd run the risk of getting run down by some of the unpressured tires, but it's shrunk down now to a 12-1, and once again, the 24 is gonna opt to stay out on track, so he's gonna start racking up more laps. He's got 6 laps led, Todd Cray with 77.
What he's doing is he's hoping that somebody is going to move up and give him a caution so he doesn't lose position on the track. And it's not going to happen on the track.
Look at that lead. It's down to 11.4, 11.3, and now on its way to 11.2. And now it's right at 11 seconds, so he is losing a ton of time right now as we're looking at the battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Actually, no, we're looking at the battle for 4th and 5th. I didn't realize the 42 was in that mix. 77 to Seth Schultz, and the 6th of Rodney Kramer now. Todd Cray has led 77 laps tonight. Seth Schultz has led 7. That's why Tellis has led 7. Now 8 as he's going to stay out again.
I mean, this thing has a really good green flag look to it, and if it stays out, the top 8 are locked in. You know, you're going to get a top 8 right there. Two that are just outside the top 10, Chris Franklin and Robert Barris. You know, I don't know. They may be able to make up the time in the background. We'll see. That 10 of Todd Cray is vicious here.
So now the interval between 1st and 2nd has dropped down to 8.6, and it's undoubtedly going to shrink even more the longer he stays out on track. Todd is just mowing him down, as once again we saw there, he's staying out again, so that'll be another lap led in the books, but you don't get bonus points for leading more than 1 lap. You get bonus points for leading most laps and leading a lap, but you're not going to get it. Oh, easily. With 77 laps led, and we only have 37 to go here, he's got that one stitched up. So right now we see the 75 of Robert Barris. He's going to look to take his lap back the old-fashioned way, as he is on the back bumper of the 10. If he can get around the 10, then he can easily make his way up to the 24. I already can see what the strategy is going on right now. Robert got a little hot there in 1 and 2. You can see that truck sliding. So he lost some ground there. He overdrove it a little bit going into 1. That might hurt the 75 a little bit, because that makes the tires a little bit more angry than they used to at you for doing that.
Wobble and fall down.
Yeah. It came close, but that truck was definitely a little out of control there, but he was able to gather it back up and not lose too much time. As it's now down to a 6.6.
Coming down pit road finally.
That will hand her lead back over to Lieutenant Todd Cray, who we're looking at right now from the rear TV panel. When Todd inherits that lead, which he will do so right there. Right now, Robert has got to get around that 10 machine if he wants to get back on that lead lap. He is right now being scored 1 lap down as he is right behind our current race leader, the 10 of Todd Graves. He's going to continue to add to the number of laps led here tonight as we are down to 33 to go. You can definitely see, especially there in 3 and 4, there is a very defined line where the track is rubbered in. Same thing with 1 and 2. It seems to be right there on the upper edge of the 3rd groove, right there. That's almost a little too far up the track, but then you can see as they come out of turn 2, the 3rd groove has a lot of rubber there. So now we're seeing that Josue managed to stay on the tail end of the lead lap. So he is still being scored in 9th position. Robert being scored in 10th, still a lap down. And as we see, Josue is now going to battle his way back up through the top 10 as he's going to try and take the position away from the 17 of Cody Franklin.
Unfortunately, I don't think to say it, but the 10 is his race to lose, you know, if it stays green.
Well, looking at the pit times, both Brad and Todd pulled 14.8 second pit stops. And looking at the 24's pit time, he's got a 9.8.
Yeah, I think that's why he just went in and took 2 tires in a splash.
That's got to be the only way he stayed on the lead lap, is a 2 tire and a splash of fuel. 1 can of fuel. I mean, he's not really able to make too much ground on that 17 truck there of Cody Franklin. This is for 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th spot here. We got the 28 of Adam Nowinski, the 4 of Caleb Thompson, the 17 of Cody Franklin, and the 24 of Josue Tellis.
Yeah, I think by only taking 2 tires there, the truck doesn't have quite enough run up off the floor.
If you start looking now, you can see behind them is the 42 of William Rulin, but right behind them is the race leader, the 10 of Todd Cray, and the 75 of Robert Barrett. So 9th. Oh yeah, he's still trying to get his lap back the old-fashioned way, but right.
Hit with the 24 and 17.
Oh.
24's down in the grass.
No caution. Looks like the caution is not going to fly on that, but we are going to go ahead and do a replay on that one. Alright, so this is going to be leading up to it. This is about the lap I was talking about where they were going to be coming into each other. Here we see him coming into turns 1 and 2. See the 24 down low. Oh, it looks like Cody just got loose there, and unfortunately Josue had to lock it down and made a little bit of contact with the inside fence. The 17 was able to straighten his truck out using the 24, the good old 8 tires are better than 4 method to turn. So that's going to put Josue down a lap and put Robert up to 9th, but Robert has still got to get around that 10 truck of Todd Gray.
unfortunate for Josue there that 17 truck got loose and got into him there. He was trying to make a pass, but
Yeah, it's just that outside line. It's definitely a fine line, and especially with the way these trucks handle the low downforce package. It seems that short tracks, if you dump dirty air on somebody, or you get up close to them and take the air off of the back of these trucks, they just go around so easy. And now we see that Robert has managed to clear the lap truck of William Rulin, but he has still not been able to make it around the 10 to get his lap back, as we have 8 trucks on the lead lap. Right now, the 17 of Cody Franklin is being scored as last truck on the lead lap. So looking at the top 10, it's Todd Cray out front, still dominating the race, this time by who led 90 laps here. Brad Speidel still holding down the second spot. Seth Schultz moved up to third, Rodney Kramer fourth, Joshua Jones fifth, Adam Nowinski sixth, Caleb Thompson seventh, Cody Franklin eighth, Robert Barris ninth, Josue Tellis 10th, and William Ruland 11th. As we are now down to 22 laps, and you can see the damage there on the 17 machine from the contact with the 24. He's put one hell of a crease behind that left rear and rubbed the numbers almost plumb off the side of that truck.
He just made the move on the 4 to take that position 7 away from him. Drops the 4 back to 8.
Man, that is one hell of a push in there on that left rear there. That quarter is bent completely in. I think they didn't only just fix the damage model, I think they might have enhanced it, because I've never seen the quarter panel, just the quarter panel, pushed in that far without having rear spoiler damage. I mean, look at that. You can see probably at least half of the tire there from the back side. So right now we look at the 10 of Todd Cray as he is inching ever closer to the back bumper of that 4 truck, trying to put 8th place a lap down as we are under 20 laps to go here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway here at the Diehard Racing League's Automated Office Technologies Truck Series.
That is an interesting ripple there.
Isn't it? Look how bad the damage is on that left rear quarter. Tell me you have ever seen that before in the previous builds without there being spoiler damage.
No, that's shoved in a good 12, 14 inches over the edge of the tire, and there's no rear spoiler damage.
Yeah, I think iRacing not only fixed the front damage, but they changed the damage model on these trucks. So we see the 4 has gone down a lap now, so he's going to stay high and let the 75 go by. Robert's got to give her hell now to try and get by that 10 truck, but I don't really see it happening here.
No, but if they had actually gotten everything off the track right now with 2 flat left side tires.
Oh yeah, definitely. You would have cut both of those left sides down.
Sheet metal would have cut them both down. Or at least he'd be smoking an awful lot right now.
Oh yeah, definitely with that left rear. They'd make him come down pit road because he's putting out too much smoke on the track.
As he has taken the 6th position away from Adam Nowinski in the 28. As the leaders are coming right behind them. Holy cow, look at him.
Todd's got his eye on putting 7th place a lap down. And it looks like it's about to go down here in 1 and 2. Adam's going to move out of the way. So that will put Adam back down a lap as we see Robert's got to deal with it. We saw a little bit of a twitch there off of the 4 truck off of 2. Next truck to go a lap down is that heavily damaged 17 truck of Cody Franklin, which somehow I think the damage made his truck faster, because I've never seen the truck go that fast until it got that much damage.
Yeah, he narrowed it up a little bit. It goes faster, it's more streamlined.
I don't think I'd call that streamlined when you've got a tire sticking out of the backside. But nonetheless, we see that Todd is inching right up on the back bumper of Cody. And I hate to say it, but Cody almost rubbed our logo clean off the truck. At least it still looks pretty on the driver's side, or passenger side. And on the back tailgate panel there.
Ted Atoncray is underneath him, putting him a lap down. 75 will come up and run him right, into the wall almost.
I think Cody might have drove it up into the wall a little bit there to give Robert the room to go by. It'll be 13 laps to go. No, I don't think he might have just grazed it because I'm not seeing any damage to the right side of the truck. But now we have 13 laps remaining here. Robert, I think unfortunately is going to stay a victim of circumstance, being trapped a lap down, but he is being scored in the 6th position. So this is actually kind of a blessing as long as he can stay behind the 10 truck, as long as that 10 truck keeps putting other trucks a lap down, and Robert can capitalize on that, he's going to keep moving up, and if he can get one more spot, he'll sew up a top 5 finish here. But the laps are winding down really quickly here. In another 2 laps, so we will be 10 laps to go here. As Todd has now led 100 laps even. It'll be 101 as he crosses the line this time by. I think the tires have started to fall off of that 75 because he has lost ground on that 10 truck now. A little bit of crossover action going on here between the 4 and the 24. That will move Caleb Thompson up to 9th position and Josue Tellis back to 10th. Right now there are 5 trucks on the lead lap. The last one being scored on the lead lap is the 76 of Joshua Jones. But we are looking at the battle here for 8th, 9th, and 10th as we see the 24 trying to rally back before he gets a wicked bobble there coming off of turn 4. We see 2nd place right there behind them. Oh, once again, Caleb loose off the corner. That's going to allow the 24 to get a good run going into the 3. As well as the 5 of Brad Speidel. So Caleb's going to get trapped up on that high line. So hand 9th spot back over to the 24 of Josue Tellis as 2nd place, the number 5 truck of Brad Speidel there. He's going to look to the inside as they go down into turn 1 and 2 with 7 laps remaining here at New Hampshire. Right now, Todd still has a 7.8 second lead over the 5 truck right there, but it looks like Josue's not going down without a fight. He's going to stay out there, but he's going to brake a little bit harder and give that spot to the 5 truck. There's really no point with this many laps remaining to fight a lead lap truck.
Oh, so we got a battle going on here for third place. The 6 truck and the 77 truck. They're pushing it pretty hard. Word has it that they're fighting to see who gets that third spot for interview.
Yeah, you're right. This is one hell of a battle going on right here. You see Rodney putting all kinds of pressure all over the back of that 77 truck. It'll be 3 laps to go at the line. Can the 6 make it past the 77? Because apparently they are battling for the interview. As always, we interview the top 3 finishers here. Right now, it's still going to be the 77. Looks like Seth has Rodney in 1 and 2, but then Rodney gains the time back in 3 and 4.
Well, they've got 3 laps to decide it here.
I wonder if a bumper's going to be involved. It's looking awful close the way Rodney gets those runs. There might be a bumper before this race is over. It's now down to 2 laps to go. Next time by, it'll be white flag for Todd Gray as he has led 110 laps so far, and with a 8.3 second lead right now, I can pretty much tell you. I can pretty much tell you this is going to be Todd's race right here, because it is white flag. As we see the 42 truck come into play, he's going to get up in the wall there to stay out of the way. So Seth has 4 more corners to keep Rodney behind him as they are going, as we see Seth throwing the block there on the front straightaway. Rodney's looking low. Checkered flag comes out, but the race is still going as right now Rodney's got the inside as they are coming out of turn 2. Almost contact there. He's going to tuck back behind the 77. Who's it going to be? The 77 to the 6 right now. It's in favor of the 77 truck. Let's see what happens. Rodney's got a little bit of a run, but it's going to be the 77 of Seth Schultz who gets that interview. And we see the 77 duck down out of the way very quickly. And now he's going to ride behind the 6. So that is going to do it here tonight. Todd Cray with another dominating performance. He led 112 of the 131 laps here tonight. So while Alan is getting the drivers down into the post-race interview room, I'm going to go ahead and go through the results here. But most importantly, we're going to get up and we're going to look and see if we're going to have some victory celebrations underway. We're going to get some the results thrown up here as well. So obviously with another commanding win here, the 10 of Todd Cray is going to bring it home tonight with the win. The 5 of Brad Speidel is going to bring it home second. The 77 of Seth Schultz is going to bring it home third. Ronnie Kramer in the 6th is going to come home fourth. The 76 of Joshua Jones will be your 5th place scoring truck tonight. Robert Barris in the 75 will be your 6th place finisher. The 17 of Cody Franklin will come home 7th. Adam Nowinski in the 28 will finish 8th. Josue Tellis in the 24. He had some laps led tonight. He led 12. He will come home 9th. Rounding out the top 10 will be the 4 of Caleb Thompson. Coming home tonight in 11th will be the 42 of William Ruland, James Brown 12th, Chris Ostrander 13th, and William Morris Jr. will round out the field. And tonight's luck of the draw winner is the 28 of Adam Nowinski. So that's a $5 payout. But like most of the drivers here with the league, he's not going to take the money. It's going to get thrown right back into the league. That's the one thing that I love so much about this league is the drivers don't really take the money. Most of the money that's awarded in prizes is always thrown back into the league, and that right there shows the caliber of drivers we have here at Diehard Racing. But enough of my babbling. Let's go ahead and bring in Mr. Schultz there, and let's see how interesting those last few laps were. All right, Seth, word was between you and Rodney, it was a race to see who was going to get that interview, and you came out on top. How's it feel?
Oh, pretty good. It was fun. Rodney said he was going to dump me, and I said, I don't care. I got the points there that I needed. So I said, you get to me. I said, I don't mind a bumping, Rod. It's not a bump and dump. So we were just trying to give a good show.
Well, you guys definitely did that, and there was quite a few times where I thought a bumper was going to come into play. Right, it looked like in 1 and 2, you were pulling Rodney, but he was gaining that time back in 3 and 4. But nonetheless, both of you guys put on one hell of a show there at the end of the race. Todd absolutely dominated it. 112 out of the 131 laps, led the thing, started, I believe, second. You had the pole tonight, so that's another pole for you this season. I believe that's 2 back-to-back. You had the pole last week, and you had the pole this week. You bring it home third. Another great points, and that I believe that's going to do it for the regular season. As next week we're off, and then we go into the 4-week chase. So tonight, are we crowning a regular season champion?
Yeah, it'd be congratulations to Robert Burris. He ended up edging me by, it looks like, 12 points. So it hats off to him. I know he'll start out the way it looks. He'll start out first going into the chase, and then I think I'll be second right behind him, I believe. And then I think Todd's in there somewhere as well. So, or no, Todd I believe has got a race in the lower one because he missed 2 races. But he may make it. I can't remember. Races counted 8. I don't know. He's got 7 races counted. So, yeah, he should make it because he only had a provisional. I don't know. Can't think right now. I'm wore out. I'm hot. I'm sweaty. Had too much fun this weekend at the Blackhawk concert, so little alcohol coming
out. That's the worst kind of sweat when it's the alcohol sweat. But yeah, I did see that on Facebook. That I'm actually a little bit jealous that you got to see Blackhawk. But nonetheless, you brought it home third tonight. Who do you like to thank?
I got to thank James Brown for sponsoring us for the league sponsor, Automated Office Technologies. Probably forgot a word in there, but anyways, thank them and thank Cody for donating for the luck of the draw, and thank you guys for broadcasting and everybody that shows up week in and week out.
I know once again we will be off next week for Father's Day, but we will return for the 4 last races of the season, which will determine who is the chase champion. So once again, congratulations on that 3rd place finish, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
10-4 sounds good.
It was our 3rd place finisher and league owner, Seth Schultz. Now we will bring in our 2nd place finisher, the number 5 of Brad Speidel. Brad, you put on one hell of a show tonight. You brought her home 2nd. How does it feel to, it looks like you had a hell of a truck tonight, same as almost like Martinsville when that truck spent a lot of time upside down, airborne. It was beat to hell and back on all 4 corners, but it still ran, and you got, I believe, a top 5 out of that. So you come home 2nd tonight. How was the race?
Race was good. I liked the truck. It handled pretty good. Tires really didn't fall off as much as I thought they would. They stayed pretty much even the whole run.
We definitely saw that a lot of the trucks that stayed up there, we thought we'd see a typical 2 or 3 pit stop strategy, and then we saw the 24 truck when Todd came down. Typically, the normal procedure would be to stay out to lead a lap and then immediately come down pit road. But Josue stretched it out about 15 laps too many, and he ended up bringing I think, 10th place. But great job. Not a single scratch tonight on that Pabst Blue Ribbon truck. You brought it home second. Is there anybody that you'd like to thank?
I'd like to thank Seth for putting on the league and you guys for televising it. And hats off to Todd for winning.
All right, next week we are off for Father's Day, but we will return in 2 weeks for the chase. So once again, congratulations on that second, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Thank you.
All right, that was our second place finisher. Now we're going to bring in, well, hell, we got to call him the Dominator. We're going to bring in Todd. All right, Todd, absolutely dominating performance. Once again, you led 112 of the 131 laps here at New Hampshire. How does that feel?
I got to be honest with you guys. I did not see this one coming. It feels awesome. Spent most of practice there, not most of practice, but a lot of practice watching Robert trying to get the line down and start playing with brakes. Start playing with the brakes, and I was all over with the brakes. So I don't know what I did, but I must have found something here tonight.
Well, you definitely found something because you laid the Bristol stomp on these guys. There was only 5 trucks left on the lead lap, and speaking of Robert, he was behind you in the mirror for a lot of that time trying to get that lap back, but he could never do it. You managed to keep Mr. Consistent trapped a lap down, and he ended up coming home 7th tonight, but I'm just completely, my mind is blown. I've never seen such a dominating performance here at New Hampshire with the trucks like that. I mean, you practically, I think the owner of the track should give you the keys or something for this one because, I mean, you owned this one tonight.
I'll tell you, man, it feels really good. Like I said, I didn't really have any long test runs in practice. I was kind of riding around there blind, just staying consistent, watching the lap times, and just being patient in the turns. Like I said, I really went to the max with the brakes, so I actually almost looped it coming into the pit. So that would have been pretty bad, but fortunately I hung on to it there. Yeah, I seen Robert. I think he pitted, came out, and he didn't pull away too much. And at that point, I said, wow, wait a minute. I think we're doing pretty good here tonight.
Now, he was definitely on your back bumper. Then we saw him get a little bit too hot going into turn 1, and the truck got out of shape a couple times. And it seemed that after that point, he started to fall off a little bit every lap after that as the gap just grew. And I think he just made those Goodyear Eagles a little bit too angry with him, and it was ultimately what kept him a lap down. But, I mean, hell, saying that having short runs in practice, watching Robert, we would have never known the difference with the way that you drove tonight. It was super consistent. Perseverance and patience paid off. You dominated the race, and now that's going to end the regular season here tonight. And next week we're off for Father's Day. And as it stands, Robert won the regular season championship, and I believe he'll be sitting in the top spot for the chase, but you're also in contention for that as well. So the last 4 races of the season are really going to be probably the best, seeing how we have Bristol in the mix. And I think that one right there is really going to separate the men from the boys because Bristol is the concrete blender. It's Thunder Valley. It's one of my favorite tracks. I've actually got some seat time there in real life, so I'm really looking forward to Bristol coming up in the chase. But you dominated it tonight. Who would you like to thank?
I'd like to first congratulate Robert on winning that championship there. Automated Office Technologies, Diehard Racing, Diehard TV, Pets in Paradise is on board now. Needed a good show for them. I guess that's about it for tonight. I'm just going to take this win and try to get some practice in before the next race, and because I know we got to bring our A game with these guys. So I look forward to that and appreciate you guys putting it on.
All right. Well, once again, congratulations on the dominating win, and we will see you in 2 weeks.
All right, fellas. Good night.
All right, that is going to do it for us here tonight at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Once again, Todd Cray with a dominating race performance here, leading 112 out of the 131 laps here. Alan, any final words before we send this one and put it in the books?
They did a really good job getting around the track tonight. A couple of guys had a few issues, ended up out of the race a little early. Sorry to hear that for James, but, practice, buddy. You need to get out here and do some practice before you get out and try to run with the big boys, I guess. Other than that, Todd was really good back in the K&N here as well. He was good at Martinsville. I don't know, he's really consistent on these rhythm tracks. So watch out for him to be a contender. It's going to be interesting. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Yep, I think you said it best right there. Now that Robert has sewn up the regular season championship, we're going to move into the off week for Father's Day, and then we'll return in 2 weeks with race 1 of 4 of the Chase. And then after that, I don't know if we're going to be coming back on air or not. It's all going to depend. Right now, we're still figuring things out. I might be making my return back on track when we return with the Automated Office Technologies Xfinity Series, but you never know. I might end up back in the booth. But that's going to do it for us tonight here at New Hampshire. Thanks to everybody for tuning in and watching. For everybody here at Diehard Racing League and Diehard Live TV, this has been an amazing race. I hope you guys had fun watching it, and we will see you guys in 2 weeks live. And as always, on Tuesdays, we are live with Mr. Shift Racing League, and we will return this Saturday with Roaring Thunder Racing League at Indianapolis Motor Speedway for 70 laps in the K&N cars. That's definitely going to be an interesting race, but that's going to do it for us tonight. Thanks to everybody for watching, and we will see you next time.